we go again.
Bro, another question, another big topic that popped up over the weekend. Ohio State, Michigan game. Michigan ends up winning. They're in Ohio State. Of course, everybody's like, they are slated to win by 3 touchdowns. They end up losing. After the Michigan game, Michigan goes to try to plant the flag like Baker Mayfield did, and it turned into an all-out brawl. Football players got pepper sprayed. What is your opinion about this, bro? Because I have my opinion, but I want to know what you think.
Okay, here's my opinion. All right. I can understand. If you're from Ohio State and your rival comes and try to plant their flag down. Now, mind you, they kick your ass. This will be 4 straight times, right? And now the alumni is talking about they want to fire your coach, right? Who again, you've been number 2 almost all year long, right? So I can understand why you feel like that would be disrespectful to do, right? But here's my thing. Don't try to fight now. You should have been trying to fight on the field. So if you knew that was coming, you should have gave that energy to make one more play, to make one more tackle, to make the interception, to make one more catch, to make a better run. Don't try to wait to the end to try to fight. You can fight during the game, bro. So get out of my face. Get out of my face. Like, I understand what you're saying. You don't want to be disrespected on your field. That's fine. But you had your opportunity to do something about it, and don't try to wait to fight. Because I don't want to know. I don't care to know what your hands look like, bro. I want to know what your hands look like to catch the ball. I want to know what your hands look like to intercept it. What your hands like throwing the ball. Get out of my face.
You was already disrespected because you lost the game at home.
Yeah, to a weaker Michigan team, right? This is the weakest Michigan has lost. Michigan lost to like Michigan struggling with Fresno State, bro, earlier this year.
But this is the thing. This is a rivalry game. Listen. If we beat you at a rivalry game, if you don't want us to plant the flag in your arena, beat us.
Beat us, and that resolves everything.
Right. Because if you don't beat us, you are subjected to whatever I want to do. And if I want to plant my flag in the middle of your field, I'm your daddy for this time. If Georgia would have came out and planted a flag on the horns, I wouldn't even have said nothing because they owned us that day.
Here's what I think. So it's almost like, so I remember some years ago, right? One of the best games I had ever seen was when San Francisco played against the Cowboys, right? And I remember when Terrell Owens went and scored the touchdown, he went and stood on the star, right? And stood up in there with the star. It was one of my favorite games of all time, right? And the reason for that, because he ran all the way from the end zone, sprinted to the 50, and then said boom, right? So then he scores again, and he runs back. And George T, who was on the field when he gave up the touchdown, goes and try to shove him off there like, nah, we ain't doing that, right? And T.O. still got on up and did it. But you had your opportunity, right? But here's what I think that was dope. Emmitt Smith goes and scores a touchdown because the game wasn't over. And he goes and gets his helmet. And I used to love when the NFL used to allow you to take your helmets off after you score. So Emmitt takes his helmet off and goes and stands on the star like what? And he's staring down their team. And it was phenomenal. But you had your opportunities to respond to that, right? And so I think that, to me, when I look at that, that all happened in the confines of the game. But don't wait until after the fact when you know it's coming to be like, nah, I'm going to knock down your flag. You going to catch. No, you had your chance, clown.
And that's the crazy part. That wasn't the only game where a flag was destroyed. There was another game where some other team grabbed somebody's team flag and threw it like a javelin in the stands and stuff. So listen, the flag
that would be kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
The flag planting to me is not that big a deal. How these commentators is talking about, I'm like, y'all weak, bro. Talking about it's not for the game of football. Stop, bro. Listen, You paying these kids to get out here and try to kill themselves, and you mad because they planting the flag at the end of the game, bro? Stop losing.
I love
It's
it.
a
I'm not gonna lie.
rivalry game, bro.
So what? I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I love it for rivalry games, and I love it for huge underdog. Like I remember when Appalachian State beat Michigan.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the biggest underdog stories. And those guys still meet. And that same team, a bunch of those guys meet every year on the anniversary of that particular update to just have beers on it, basically, though. But they won, I believe that was at Michigan. Now, what made it even worse is because it was one of those pay to slay games. We paid you to come up here and get slayed. Well, then Michigan paid them to get upset, right? But if App State would have had a flag, bro, put that flag out there, bro. Like, nah. So I think on those huge upsets, like when Notre Dame earlier this year, they got upset by Northern Illinois. Like Northern Illinois should have the flag because the upset happened at Notre Dame, bro. Like, nah. I honestly believe, bro, if you're one of those underdog teams, you need to have a flag carrier that's always on call for if you they already know that if we win after on their turf, I'm bringing the flag out, bro, and that person should be protected like Megan Thee Stallion, bro.
Yeah, I'm flag planting. I'm here for it, bro. I'm here for it.
I am. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I would have been pissed off if Georgia would have. If Georgia would have planted the flag at Texas, I would have been mad at damn Quavo, bro.
Listen,
I would have been mad at Quavo.
I wouldn't have been mad because they came in our home and beat us. It
I
would have
know.
been listen, the reason why it's the setup for my next topic is Texas on their first year in the SEC is headed to the SEC championship against Georgia. And you trying to tell me that wouldn't be motivation to be like, nah, we going into Mercedes-Benz and we gonna mollywop these fools.